Hey guys, Samurai here, back again with another video. Today I'm here to talk about Charizard. Now, Charizard is a fairly popular Pokemon, from the games, to the anime, to spin-offs, to manga, to the OVAs. Charizard is generally very popular. Anytime there's something Pokemon related, you're bound to see Charizard. Even in games that aren't Pokemon centric like Smash Bros, Charizard still has an impact on it whether we want to admit it or not. The one thing I have noticed is Charizard is one of those Pokemon that get special treatment, such as returning in Best Wishes when ratings were low, so they needed an old school Pokemon. Look, I'm tired. But yeah, Charizard did return in Best Wishes, which was a surprise because you usually don't see Pokemon doing that, and he got such a special centric episode that it was quite fun to see. So I always wondered, how come they made Charizard return in this series, but not for the series that had a Charizard-centric evolution? While we know Mega Charizard X went to the character of Alain, we also have Mega Charizard Y, and to those 4 people saying, Trevor in the comments, I see you. And while Trevor is cool and all, we have to admit, we all wondered the question, what if Ash got Mega Charizard Y? It would most likely be his Mega Evolution, as since Alain had the X, giving Ash the Y would have made sense for both versions and some dualism. While a lot of people wanted Ash to get a Mega Lucario because it's Ash and Lucario, kind of fits, I always thought he was going to get Mega Charizard Y when I first saw it, considering that Ash is from Kanto and that looks like the more natural evolution, while Mega Charizard X is the more evolution that changes, if that's what I can say about it. I always thought it was kind of interesting, so I'm going to tackle this concept. Now, this has been answered a lot and talked about a lot, but hopefully I can share a whole different light on the situation and maybe even surprise a couple of you guys. If you guys can guess the ending, tell me below in the comments. If you have any more what-if suggestions, let me know. I am always open to suggestions. Even if I already thought of it, I will probably credit you in the video, even if I already thought of it already. Anyways, with that being said, please remember to subscribe and let's start the video. What if Ash's Charizard went to Kalos and decided to Mega Evolve? Or what if Ash got Mega Charizard Y? Now, I think the what if would pick up around the last episode of Best Wishes. Now, in the last episode of Best Wishes, while Ash is deciding to head to the Kalos region, Charizard decides he wants to go with Ash and does the same thing Apom did and decides to confront Ash right before he leaves, and Ash decides to take him with him. He already has a pretty strong Pokemon, but he doesn't plan to use Charizard in the early stages of the gym, so any new Pokemon he catches can get their experience up. And I know we're all thinking of a certain frog of who I'm describing. But yeah, we can skip pretty much the beginning of Kalos. While I do think some things would happen, like for instance, Blaziken Mask wouldn't be the one to save Ash, it would be Charizard in this case. I don't think that really has any impact on the overall story of Mega Evolution in this story in particular. So we're actually going to skip far ahead into the Korrina arc. Now the Korrina arc stays relatively the same in the beginning. However, once Ash hears of Mega Evolution, a way to power up your Pokemon beyond their final stage, he does get interested. He wonders if Charizard can Mega Evolve. Gherkin says he'll look into it, but he's only seen of one, and that is the Black Charizard that Alain has. Well, Gherkin hasn't fought Alain. I'm sure there was other people who owned a Mega Charizard X in the past, so he possibly has seen it at one point. Now, after the Korrina arc finishes, because I don't think Charizard would have a big impact on that as many people would think, I could see a situation in the summer camp arc, again, where not a lot of things would happen. I think the battle would still happen the way it did without Ash using Charizard. You have to remember that Charizard is a very powerful Pokemon, and I don't think Ash would use him against a low-level Pokemon. This is not the same immature Ash from OS, this is a much more mature Ash in X and Y, and understand that Charizard likes to be challenged and doesn't want such an easy battle. Now, once we head back to the Shalor City gym, Gherkin does get back on Ash about Charizard's Mega Evolution. He discovered that Charizard can actually Mega Evolve 2 ways with 2 different Mega Stones, Charizard X and Charizard Y. Now, the one Gherkin found is Charizard Y, and he's willing to give it to Ash if Ash can beat Korrina in a battle. Specifically, can Ash's Charizard beat Karina's Mega Evolved Lucario in a battle? Now, Ash is well on for the challenge along with Charizard, so the gym battle happens as it did in canon. Ash in this battle still uses Pikachu and Fletchlinger, but he does not use Hawlucha. Now, there is some team changing that I'll talk about later, but you'll know who I remove. I'm pretty much sure that everybody knows who I'm removing to. Anyways, back to the battle. Now, the battle plays out as it did in canon so far, with Fletchlinger defeating Machop and Pikachu defeating Mienfoo. However, when Lucario comes out, Pikachu is worn out along with Fletchlinger, so they're easy pickings for Lucario. However, Charizard hasn't battled the entire time. Now, when Charizard and Lucario battle, Charizard has the upper foot because it has a lot more experience, or just the same amount of experience as Karina's Lucario. Not to mention the type advantage with both flying and fire. However, Karina does Mega Evolve, and this turns the tables massively in her favor. Mega Evolution gives her a huge boost and helps her fight back against Charizard and actually push it back. Charizard and Ash are getting overwhelmed at this point, but they do remember the amount of times where they have gotten overwhelmed and pulled through, like the time with Lolan and his Articuno, and the time with Iris and her Dragonite. And they managed to pull through, with Charizard landing his signature size toss to finish off the battle. Karina does lose again, same as in canon, and she does commend Ash on a great battle, and Gherkin awards Ash with a Keystone and a Charizard Y. Now Gherkin tells Ash that mastering Mega Evolution was no easy feat, as he saw for himself what it caused to Karina and her Lucario. Even when they known each other since kids, it can easily overwhelm a Pokemon, and they gotta learn to master it. Now, Ash does continue back on his Kalos journey, continually getting gym badges and growing stronger. Now, there is one particular Pokemon I want to talk about, Gumi. I think the Gumi arc would still happen the same way, but it would start to take a lot of inspiration from Charizard. Even though it's not a dragon type, it is a strong, ferocious Pokemon, and it would probably be what it looks towards as like a strong Pokemon figure, like an older Pokemon figure, kind of like a role model in a way. Now we can go into the Wetland Saga. Now I think Guja would still be released, but something interesting does happen here. While Ash and Charizard have been training with Mega Evolution on and off, very casually, not trying to over-rely on it, this is the first time they use Mega Evolution in a battle against Team Rocket. Now, you might say it's overkill, but Team Rocket has a bunch of wetland Pokemon beside them, along with them in that giant airship, so they kind of need the power. Ash uses the Keystone, and Charizard changes shape into a much bigger and kind of sleeker Charizard. Charizard is way stronger and faster. However, Charizard can't control its flames as good as it used to, and almost ends up setting fire to the wetlands. Ash and Charizard have to be more careful, or else you're gonna end up setting fire to like cities and mass destruction. However, this was a great learning experience, and Charizard getting some actual experience in this form. As I said before, Gudra will still get released, and Ash will still move on to the next gym. Now, I think it's time for us to talk about a certain Pokemon, this being Froakie, Frogadier, and Greninja. Now, the Greninja line, or Ash's Greninja in this case, will still have Ash Greninja, but they will not master it in this series. Hear me out. Since Greninja doesn't get as much focus as it used to, it still has a great bond with Ash, but it doesn't have as much power as it did in canon due to not just having more time to train and more time to shine, because it's splitting it with Charizard of all Pokemon. However, it still gets most of its gym leader wins, like against Ramos. Again, Ash still is training Mega Evolution, and Ramos doesn't have to have a Mega Evolution, so it wouldn't really make sense. It would kind of be a mismatch. So we still continue through the gyms in the same way. He faces all the gym leaders pretty much in the same fashion, until we get to the point where they meet Alain. Now, the Ninja Village stuff still happens, but Ash Greninja doesn't happen in this case. Ash just has his regular Greninja. However, the sparks are starting to stir up, so it's building up, but it hasn't reached the point it did in canon. Now, when Ash meets Alain in this canon, he's training with Greninja and Charizard. However, Alain notices that Charizard has a handkerchief with its Mega Stone on it. Alain, very interested in another Mega Charizard to test his own Charizard's power, he immediately approaches Ash in a nice and friendly way, asking if that Charizard is his. Ash responds with a yes, and he says that he would like to battle it, saying that he's heard that there are two Charizard Mega Evolutions, and he was hoping that Ash has the other one. Now, the next morning, the battle does commence. Now, the battle starts out pretty evenly between the two Charizards, as both these Charizards have faced similar threats and around similar levels in power. Until Alain starts to Mega Evolve his Charizard, it becomes Mega Charizard X, the Dragon type. Ash responds in tune with his Mega Charizard Y, and Alain is ecstatic because he gets to finally see this other Charizard form. Ash is equally ecstatic because there's two Mega Charizards. So we go for round 2, and round 2 is equally as explosive and tied. They're still in stalemate. However, Mega Charizard X has fought way more Mega Evolutions than Ash at this point, so it's used to fighting Pokemon that have amplified strength and knows how to take advantage of that. However, Ash still doesn't go without a punch because Ash has a very adaptive battle style and very unpredictable battle style at that. So the battle does come to a Blast Burn and Fire Pledge collision. However, in this bout, Ash still ends up losing. However, Charizard's not discouraged, and neither is Ash, because they both gave their all, and it was a match where they could learn. Alain says he would like to battle them someday, and so would Ash in reciprocating of that, saying that his Mega Charizard is pretty strong, but he's gonna need a lot. He's gonna be a lot stronger in order to beat Alain. Alright, so now we can head on to the 8th and final gym battle. Now the 8th gym battle again goes the same way, except it's Hawlucha, Greninja, and finally Charizard. Charizard finally gets to premiere in a gym battle with Mega Evolution. Now the gym battle plays the same way it does in canon, however Greninja does lose to Abomasnow due to it being grass type, but as soon as Charizard comes out and Morphic reveals that he has the power to Mega Evolve, it becomes a whole different ball game. However, Ash appears his ability to Mega Evolve, and they're being tied until Charizard activates its ability, while he's Mega Charizard Drought, which allows Sunny Day to be active, powering up his Fire-type moves. And one Fire Pledge later, they have their 8th gym badge and are heading towards the league. Now you might say, didn't Ash have to face a very important arc? Well, Ash would still probably face this arc, because I think Wolfric would have still challenged him, along with Ramos. They would still teach him the lessons he would still need to learn in Kalos by being challenged throughout the battle, and the battle will probably play out through the same way, just not having the whole deep-filled arc. Now Ash's team in this case is Pikachu, Talonflame, Greninja, Charizard, Goodra, and Noivern, who will be switched out in the league, and Hawlucha. Now, when Ash goes to the league, it plays out pretty much the same way. He does have a full battle with Astrid without Charizard. However, once we get to Sawyer, Charizard isn't in this battle. This battle's main star is Greninja, and the battle plays out exactly as it did in canon, except the Astro Greninja form gets mastered fully here, but not at the same power as it was before. Hear me out. It still gets mastered, but it isn't as strong as the one in canon, but still strong enough to take out Sawyer's Sceptile with Aerial Ace. Ash does win his semi-final battle and is heading to the finals to face Alain and his Mega Charizard X. Now, Noivern takes a backseat in this battle for Goodra, and the battle plays out as it did in canon. Now, while Ash is using all his Pokemon here and trying to push them to their absolute limit, sadly, a double guillotine lands again. However, this time the guillotine takes out Greninja, but they do have a long drawn out battle before it does, so it's not a one-hit KO. And it does not take out Goodra. Instead, Goodra gets wear down after taking down multiple Pokemon on Alain's team, and gets hit with a powerful hit from Bisharp rather than a double guillotine. Thank God. But the battle's still going on, and the two are down to their last Pokemon, being Mega Charizard X and Mega Charizard Y. And this battle is explosive in nature. Like, it's generally one of the most hypest battles we've seen up until this point in the anime. Sadly, I can't animate it, but trust me, it'll be pretty hype. We see Fire Pledge, Seismic Toss, Slash, Dragon Claw, Wing Attack, flamethrowers countering flamethrowers. It's truly a battle of epic proportions. And then Mega Charizard activate his ability, Tough Claws, giving him more physical power, and our Charizard activates Drought, and they go for a clash. They go for Dragon Claw and Slash, and then as they're about to be worn out, they both use Fire Pledge and Blast Burn once again, and it ends with a certain Charizard fainting. Now, making this ending was going to be pretty hard, so I decided on the ending of both Charizards go down. Yes, it is going to end up being a tie, and a lot of you guys are probably wondering, why is it a tie? How come it's a tie? And I'll answer it this way. If these Pokemon were in their normal states, I believe that Ash's Charizard would have won. But since they're in their Mega states, Alain's Charizard has been training for a lot longer in the Mega state, so he has a way better control of it. In fact, if it wasn't for the Drought powering up Fire Pledge, Ash's Charizard would have sadly lost. I'm not saying that Ash's Charizard probably couldn't beat Alain's Charizard. Alain's Charizard and Ash's Charizard have very similar feats, with Alain's Charizard going toe-to-toe with Kyogre and Groudon, and Ash's Charizard going toe-to-toe with Entei and multiple other legendaries in the series, so it's not like I'm saying one is stronger than the other. It's more just in this circumstance they happen to tie. Now, the Team Flare arc, I'll be incredibly brief with the Team Flare arc. I don't think much would change. I think it's just the Team Flare arc, but with Charizard there. So, multiple battles will be shorter than they were because Charizard's there, and with Charizard's higher level of power, I think he would probably make a difference. Now, in this case, I don't think there would be any Zygarde vines left, because with the extra firepower that Ash's Charizard gives, I think Lysander and the Zygarde Colossus thingamajigger would have probably been completely wiped out. No vines, none of that stupid shit. So what I probably see is the end of X, Y, and Z playing out the exact same, except Ash going home with Greninja and on his way to Alola in a couple of months. I think that's what would happen if Ash's Charizard was able to Mega Evolve and was in the XY series. Let me know if you guys enjoyed this video. I had a lot of fun making it and recording it, thinking of the scenarios. I know this is a question people ask a lot, but I haven't really said it done too much on YouTube, and I wanted to do it. Heck, maybe I'll even do another video where I discuss what if Ash's Sceptile Mega Evolved. Let me know if you guys would like to see that. I would be down to make it. That's all I have to say. Remember to like, subscribe, and share this video with a friend. Samurai out.